Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have so much to say about Gypsy Rose Blanchard. I am at a loss. I am literally flabbergasted at her latest actions. I just choked on a piece of corn. God's telling me to be nice. I just took a bite of food before, before I hit go live. No, I'm choking. Okay, y'all. Listen, Gypsy Rose Blanchard, she got out of jail. She was already married. She got out of prison, already married. I thought, well, that's stupid because you never had time to have any independence, which she was over the age of 18 when she got arrested, right? She was over the age of 18, but she never got to allegedly act like a regular teenager, getting to go out with their friends and doing all the things that you do. She was sheltered, right? So we know what she did. She convinced her then boyfriend Nicholas Godejohn to murder her mother. She went to prison for it because she was obviously a part of what happened to her mom. There was a lot of evidence that proved that she instructed him to do so, right? During her 8 years in prison, she was engaged twice and then married once. She was, wait, her and Ken, they were engaged in 2019. They split up, and then her and Ryan Anderson got engaged, and then they got married. And when I started really paying attention to Gypsy, I was like, well, that's really not smart for her to get married because when she gets out of prison, she's going to have to jump right into living life with someone else and taking someone else into account, right? Elle, will you get her book or no? Can pre-order not? I'm thinking about doing it and doing like a story time, like on TikTok or something. I don't know. I've thought about it. But I always thought, well, if she never got to have any independence, and that's what led her to, doing what she did to her mom, being scared that she would never have any and she would be kept like a prisoner. I mean, not that marriage is that way. I mean, but sometimes it can be. You got to make sure you get with the right one, right? You got to make sure you get with the right guy because you absolutely can get into marriages where you live like you are a prisoner. Spouses will be super jealous, super controlling. So I just thought it was really dumb for her to marry a man that she never got to really experience life with on the outside. Hey, Ida, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that, Miss Ida. Are you my age? If I call y'all miss, it's just because I'm trying to be respectful and I can't, with your pictures being small, I can't tell if you're older, but you actually look like you're probably my age. So I thought, it doesn't make sense because she could have, the guy that she married could have been a guy that was very controlling and she may go right into a situation to where it's a bad situation, Either way, she comes out of prison. She's with Ryan. They film her coming out of prison in the first few weeks of their life. It was actually months, but they did not film it like consecutively. Wait, concurrently? Concurrently. Consecutively. They filmed like they would be there for like 2 weeks and film, and then they would go home for a month and then go back and film. But what we know is she got out of prison after Christmas, December 28th, 2023. Yeah. And then by February, she was already talking to Ryan. I mean, to Ken. No, it was April or at the end of February. It was at the end of February when she left and went to her parents' house. But I was actually watching clips earlier where there was a clip of her from the show where she was on the FaceTime call with Ken, and she said, I just talked to Ryan, and he's mad. He said, I looked at the phone bill, and you've been talking to him since February. So she was talking to Ken before she left Ryan, and Ryan, discovered that. She left. She goes to her parents. Ken comes to visit. She makes a phone call to Ryan where she says, I want a divorce. And in 6 to 9 months, I will be with Ken. I want a divorce. And in 6 to 9 months, I will be with Ken. And it wasn't even 6 to 9 months. It was literally the same day that TMZ reported that Gypsy and Ryan were separated. I think it was that same day or maybe the next day that they posted pictures of Gypsy Rose Blanchard and her ex Ken walking around outside the dollar store hand in hand. Okay. So it came quick and now she's pregnant. I mean, February, it hasn't 6 to 9 months, then I'll be with him. Girl, you're gonna have a baby in that time frame almost by him. Either way, you guys, Gypsy has moved on with her life. She lives with her parents, but she does get to stay with Ken because Ken, while he moved to Louisiana, because Ken did live in Texas, he did move to Louisiana, but he still does not live with Gypsy and her parents. He has his own place. So on the weekends, Gypsy goes to stay with Ken. Sometimes he goes to her parents' house and stays with her. They are pregnant. She posted these DNA results that, take it with a grain of salt if you want to. Some people say they believe that the results are real, some say that they don't. She has had a gender reveal. She posts photos of her with baby clothes, saying Ken's little babies, Ken's Barbies, Ken's this. Photos of her and Ken smooching big time, saying our love journey. They are so open about their relationship. And now, when Ryan does this kind of joke TikTok, then more than likely he was asked to do like, hey, can we do this? Like, can I do this? And he was probably just like, yeah, sure. Now she is coming out to say, we're married. That's my husband. We're still married. I'm your wife. That's my husband. And then she literally says that if he can't respect her enough to not make light of the situation and make jokes, if he can't respect her enough, then respect the baby enough. And I'm like, Gypsy, I'm sensing a little DD in you because you are using your baby as a shield. You are using this baby as the reason, like, Ken, you must respect me now. You can't say anything publicly because the baby, it ain't even his, allegedly. It is not even his, allegedly. He ain't nothing this man is doing today gonna matter to that baby because guess what? By the time that baby comes, and by the time that baby can understand anything like mom's got an ex-husband, that baby's gonna be wondering, where's my grandmother? That baby, listen, you don't have to worry about your baby when they get 8, 9, whatever years old, looking up old videos of your ex-husband making jokes. No, what you got to worry about your baby looking up is Diddy Blanchard's autopsy photos. Girl, you got way more issues. We're going to watch the videos that sent Gypsy into a spiral, but it's screaming jealousy to me. And I'm like, what? Like, why do you appear to be so jealous? So, there's 2 videos that sent Gypsy spiraling. One is this video right here, the girl in the blue tank top. Now, I've done a little investigating, and what I can say is that this girl works at this bar that they're in, and she has a man. She's not, I think they're even married. Like, I think she's even married, okay? I'm just going to going out on a limb here to say more than likely Ryan came into the restaurant that she worked at and she was like, "Hey, I have an idea for a TikTok. Will you do it with me?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." And he did it. I just think it was something funny. The TikTok that they're doing is they are using the audio of my man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. They're doing that. It's a joke. It is what it is. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's watch. But this is one of the videos that sent Gypsy spiraling.
Threatened by you. Oh, honey, I am so not threatened by you. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. You're just mad because I have a Chad.
So I'm in Lafayette today, excited to stop in and get Caroline's cookies, and I'm so excited.
Oh, honey, I am so not threatened by you. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. You're just mad because I have a Chad.
So I'm in Lafayette
never going to get over that. I'm going to continue to do that. Okay, so that's the first video that upset Gypsy, right? And then the second video that we're going to watch, I'm going to have to mute it because there's music in it, okay? But the music is, throw that in a circle. Throw that in a circle, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Throw that booty in a circle. Throw that booty in a circle. Throw that booty in that one. And it is some girl backing it up on Ryan, and Ryan smacks her butt, right? This one really seemed to upset the Gypster. I really wanted to kind of get like an idea of what this girl looked like, but she had her face pulled long, so she kind of looked a little strange at first. She looks pretty though.
I just need a minute, okay?
I kept asking the question. I'm not.
Okay. So there's Ryan, and he looks down, sees what's going on, and gives it a smack, and then he laughs. She laughs. So those are two videos that happened around the same time and seemed to really upset Gypsy. Because after that, she did a live stream where she talked about the situation. And she literally said, "That's my husband. You going around slapping girls' butts. That's my husband." And I would love to do an interview of Ryan. I've reached out to Ryan several times, and I can't get him to respond. So, and I don't know if he's still under contract with, I don't know if he's still under contract with Lifetime. So I don't know if he can do any interviews outside of what they set up for him, but I have reached out to him. All right. So let's see if this is one.
Happy. I don't care. Like, I want him to find someone and I want him to be happy. But what I am disappointed in is society. So it was not even Ryan's video that kind of like made me frustrated. It was society's view of the situation.
That don't even make sense.
And I understand that sexism and favoritism towards men has been a thing for as like long as can be. Okay.
Oscar.
Little shots that he took that was definitely daggers to the heart go unnoticed and like unknown by the public, because I'm not going to put his business out there like that. I haven't so far, and so I have done very minimal shots to him, and he's done small shots to me, but they are irritating. We irritate each other. We're exes. That is completely normal. And so that's why I'm addressing this. Like, I do want his healing. I want that for him more than anything. I feel like a lot of guilt for breaking his heart. But at the same time, breakups happen every day. Divorces happen every day. It's not something exclusive to us. That's my take on it. I feel like, for the most part, I've been very classy. I might not have always been classy, but I have been.
Girl, you cheated and you left him like 2 months after being with him on national television. That was not classy, but continue.
Trying to be classy about the situation. And I just want him to give me that same respect too. He doesn't have to, but it would be nice. And I think the bigger picture here is there is a child in this situation. It's not his child, so I know that it's not his problem, but there is a child involved. And right now, me.
Stop using your child as a shield. I see, you guys. The fact that her child has not even been born and she's already using that baby as a shield to keep people from doing anything to her. Like, I'm like, oh goodness, here we go, right?
And him are acting very childish of our own. And we both need to grow the fuck up. He's slapping some girl's ass. That's my husband. We're still married. He's still married. I'm still married. What I'm saying is 2 wrongs don't make a right. So, with that being said, this is the last time I'm talking about him on social media. I'm not going to talk about Ryan, and I would hope that he would give me the respect, or if he doesn't respect me, please respect my child, because my child doesn't deserve all this chaos.
Girl, your child ain't even here. How does your child know what Ryan Anderson is doing? I'm like, your child has no idea what Ryan is doing. And if you want to say, oh, what's causing me stress? It was a freaking joke. Okay, first off, how does it cause you stress to see your husband that is going to be your ex-husband, that is your estranged husband, that you are divorcing? How does it cause you stress to see him jokingly slap a girl on the butt? It looked like him and the girl was just friends. Like there was like somebody else in the video. You could see it looked like they were just all hanging out. I think Ryan had like a plate of food in his hand. So it looked like they were like just like hanging out, like a group of friends. It looked like somebody that he knew, the way that they kind of laughed about it. How does that cause you stress? Is he never supposed to move on? Guess what? What if Ryan starts dating and he starts posting? What if he starts going live with his new girlfriend and they give each other little smooches here and there on the live stream? Then what? Is that disrespectful to your baby? Because you might not like it. If I was Ken, I'd have a problem with this. If I was Ken, I would be like, so him smacking a girl in the butt bothered you, and you're saying that it's harmful to our unborn child? How? It is not. And if you're mad about him with the blind saying my man wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole, girl, come on. Like, no. She's doing TikToks, making fun as well. I'll show you guys one whenever we finish watching. I think there's one more after this. I'm going to show you guys another one where she did a TikTok kind of throwing shade. And there's like a Gypsy Blanchard Facebook page. I don't know if it's her that throws shade at Ryan a lot. I would have to imagine it's not her because they throw a lot of shade. But girlfriend, you have thrown shade so much. Ryan has literally been like, I'm going to try to keep quiet. There's been times through his anger on live streams that he has lost his cool and he has said some things, but he has always come back and said, I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry that I did that. I shouldn't have done that. I got upset. I got angry. I let my emotions get the best of me. But as far as like, he does try to keep his cool and he does try to just like go on about his business as much as he can. This was his life. Like, she also said, and I'm gonna let you guys finish watching this in a second, but she also said, Ryan is still trying to make money off my name. You're his wife still. I mean, y'all are in the middle of a divorce, but this man dedicated 3.5 years of his life, or maybe 4 years of his life, where every day he took phone calls from you. When he got home, his first priority was like making sure that he could talk to you, making sure you have money on your books, making sure he could go visit you from Louisiana to Missouri. He went to visitations. This was a big, like, he was in love with you. This is a big part of his life that he also has every right to talk about. If you have a right to talk about you going to prison and getting out of prison and living with your mom, and now you being with Ken, and y'all showed a lot of it on television. So why can he not talk about it anymore? Now it's, oh, he's taking advantage of my name. He's making money off my name. You're making money off the fact that you helped unalive your mom, because nobody would know you if you hadn't have done that. You would not be famous if you had not participated and planned the unaliving of your mom, went to prison for it, and then got out of jail. Nobody would know you. So you would not be making all this money, but here you are. So you can't say nothing about him making money off your name when you make money off your crimes. Let's continue.
And that's the way I feel about it. Like, I want us all to be at peace with the situation and like move on. Like, I'm doing my best to move on. I don't purposely shoot shots at Ryan often. So when I do, it's because I'm like really, really fed up. And I mean, raise your hand in the chat if you've ever had an ex that just got under your skin, dude. Like, seriously. Like, And the thing is like in the past, like he has said on lives, like I'm moving on, but then like 2 days later text me that he misses me. And I know that's part of the healing process. But I feel like it's a facade for lives and people, the public. I feel like he's not.
What, him discussing his feelings is a facade? Is this man like supposed to have no feelings at all? I don't understand how she thinks it's a facade. Like, it was clear this man loved her. It really was. It was clear as day that he really did love her.
Not really moving on when he does that. So yeah, I get frustrated.
Let's debunk some rumors. What are the
He's slapping some girl's ass. That's my husband. We're still married. He's still married. I'm still married. What I'm saying is 2 wrongs don't make a right. So with that being said, this is the last time I'm talking about it.
All right, let's see. I want to shout out 420 Mimi and then Alexandra Bannon, because I got these videos from their pages. So shout out to both of those accounts. I linked them in the description box below. Let's see. There was one that is it this one?
If he wants to go to a club, cool. I'm happy. I don't care.
Oscar, listen, baby, I know I was a bad girl.
Okay, that one got audio, but she says, Oscar, I know it was a bad girl, but will you please take me back or something like that? And I'm like, is that you throwing shots at Ryan? I don't know, but what we do know is you've thrown shots at Ryan before, and this is his life too. He married you. He dedicated his life to being there for you when you were in prison. He waited for you. You want to know who didn't wait for you? Ken Euchre. Ken Euchre didn't wait for you. Sure didn't. Yeah, I think she deletes her lives, but of course, a lot of people, record them and put them up on TikTok anyways. But Ken didn't wait for you. No, he did not. He left, got a new girlfriend. He broke up with you. He had a new girlfriend when you got out of prison. But Ryan waited for you. He went to those visits. He did calls, and I calls, from my understanding, like, you have to put money on their books so they can have commentary. That is different than calls. You can put money to where they can call just you. You can put money on their books where they can call you and anybody else. And then you have to put money on their books for commentary to where they can get extras. I mean, some prisons and jails, I know here where I live, they will not even do like deodorant and shampoo and conditioner. Like, if you want those things, you have to have money on your commentary to buy those things. So it's so wild to me that you're going to be like, 2 videos come out within days of each other of Ryan just, this girl backing it up on him and him popping her on the butt. Funny, not a big deal. And then the one where the girl in the blue said, I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. Obviously just making a joke out of with the Gypsy audio, right? Why not take it as a joke? Why not say, you know what? I'm glad to see that Ryan is, able to joke about everything now and is clearly moving on. He's out hanging out with people, and it seems like he's having a good time. So I'm happy about that. No, instead, that's my husband. We're still married. We're still married. That's my husband slapping a girl's butt. Girl, you cannot be serious. I'm sure Ken's slapped that butt before, right? And even if he hasn't, you were pregnant by this man. So you cannot be serious when you say anything about him slapping another woman's butt. That is ridiculous. And then to be like, if you don't respect me, respect my baby. Respect your baby. It ain't his, and it ain't here. And it ain't got TikTok, so it ain't gonna see it. And by the time your baby has TikTok or access to social media, it's probably gonna be looking up a lot more stuff. It's not gonna have anything to do with Ryan. It's probably, your baby at some point may want to know who Ryan is and what Ryan looks like, because they may find out that mom was married before, that when mom got out of prison, she had a husband, so they may look up to see who Ryan is out of curiosity. But I doubt 8 years, 5, 6, 7, 8 years down the road, when your child is looking into you, I doubt they're going to be burdened or have an issue with Brian's little TikToks. So you are literally using your unborn child as a shield. And I think that's very manipulative. I think this is Gypsy Rose Blanchard once again manipulating people, telling people that Ryan joking or slapping another girl's butt is affecting her child some way. Girl, no, it ain't. And if it is, you really need to get off social media because your ex, who you left, if him doing those two things affect you so much just from you seeing them, I can't imagine how much it affects you. Some of the comments that you get left, because I've seen some of them. You've talked before about receiving death threats in your inbox. So I can't imagine if this bothers you, seeing your ex, who you clearly don't even love, have fun, slap a girl on the butt, make fun of a audio of yours that went viral. If that bothers you so bad, it's affecting your unborn child, then you do not need to be on social media at all, because the comments that you would have to read would surely affect your unborn child way more than those things. So if you want to protect your child from, you getting your feelings hurt from what Brian's doing, but you are not concerned enough with protecting your child from how it affects you when you read all the nasty comments, then you're not putting your child first. I am just like, I see bad things here. I see her being manipulative. I see, I don't even understand why she would feel the need to get on a live stream and even mention the fact that Ryan did that, other than saying, well, I'm glad to see that he's having fun and moving on. Great, good for him. It's because she can't control the narrative. She's a manipulative person, and if she doesn't have control, she is lost. Yes. The only cute thing in Ryan and Gypsy's marriage was Pixie. That's true. Over the top manipulation. Oh my God. She is not ready for postpartum. No. Not at all. I'm like, this to me, you really seem jealous. Like, what is going on here? Are you really jealous? Because that's wild. What's she going to do with that divorce is finally legal, and Ryan finds a real woman, and that relationship takes off, and he shows the world just how happy he really is with a real woman. That's what I'm asking. How are you really going to feel when Ryan has him an old lady posted up beside him in his apartment, or maybe their apartment, and they're doing live streams together, and he's still making money because he's Ryan Anderson that was married to Gypsy Rose Blanchard. So he still profits off the fact that, here's the thing, he's not profiting off just your name. He's profiting off the fact that he married you, that he is your ex-husband or soon-to-be ex-husband. What's she going to say when the baby asked about grandma? She was asked this on the Bio Files. She was asked, do you know what you're going to say? And she said that, well, she was first asked this when her and Ryan went on the podcast. And she said, she knows she will have to explain to her future children about their grandmother, but thankfully she has a lot of time to think about how she's going to do that. Now, when she was on the Bio Files the other day with Ken, it got brought up again, and she did say, yeah, we know we're gonna have to explain, but it's not like my child won't have a grandmother, because Christy will be grandmother, and until my child is old enough to understand that Gypsy is basically not, that Christy is basically not Gypsy's mom, and they really have to explain it, then she's going to, she said she's going to explain it in a way that makes sense to them. And I'm like, for most people, it don't make sense, for most people, it really doesn't make sense. A woman convincing someone to unalive their mom. I struggle with how much I really believe. Yes. Did you see the part where she said she was sad about how society reacted to it? Yes. I have watched Becca Scoops, where Christy and Gypsy have both said that Gypsy had over 100 surgeries. And Becca Scoops has dug all into this case, and there was not over 100 surgeries. Like, what? Where? Like, what do you mean? What? Her 100 surgeries? Like, there was, and most of the surgeries were actually like medically necessary. Maybe some, maybe not. But Becca Scoops like dives into it, and I'm really like, Dee Dee was like bedridden pretty much when this happened. She literally had gotten so big. She had health issues. She was literally like bedridden. So it was only a matter of time before Dee Dee was going to pass on her own. She was not in good shape. She was literally going to pass on her own. And Gypsy just could not wait. I mean, from the photos and from Becca Scoop's video on what they say Dee Dee had wrong with her, like she probably wouldn't have made it another 2 years. She was literally like bedridden. So why not just wait? Just me says, just to be honest, I don't think she's really pregnant because how come our belly is not growing like she's almost 7 months or a little over 7 months? Belly is still the same from day one. I do think she's pregnant because I watched the video of them having ultrasounds done. Like they did the 4D video where they like walked into the ultrasound clinic and they talked to the ultrasound techs and she laid on the table and she lifts her shirt up and they have the thing running over her belly and like you can see the video. Like, I do think she's pregnant. I do think she's pregnant. I will tell you guys with my first child, I gained 14 pounds. When I got pregnant the first time, I gained 14 pounds and I did not really look pregnant. I mean, up until the 8th month, pretty much, like the 8th and 9th month. Do you think Ryan could get alimony? Yes, I do think Ryan could get alimony. Well, maybe not. Well, possibly. I don't know all the laws, like how alimony works really in Louisiana. I know you can get it. I think you have to be married over 2 or 3 years. It's either 2 or 3. Cheating is a factor. If you can prove they cheated, that is a factor to get alimony, from my understanding. Didn't the co-defendant say he only 4 times? He didn't say that Gypsy did the rest. He just said he only did it 4 times. And they're like, there was like 17 wounds. And he's like, no, I did not do that. They're like, and literally her head was almost severed. Like the photos show her, she was almost decapitated. And Nicholas in his interview, he was, listen, as soon as they was like, what happened to her mom? He's like, to be honest, I unalived her. And they was like, does Gypsy know? He's like, yeah, she told me to. He was very forthcoming in his interview. The only thing he did not take responsibility for is doing it that many times. Why not? He admitted that they come up with this plan and it was planned for weeks or months or however long, and that he did it. So what's the difference in saying I stuck her 4 times to 17 times? Either way, you're getting arrested. It was premeditated. It's first degree. You're going to jail, whether it's 17 or 4. I think that my theory is that there was some wounds there right before Nick got there, potentially. Now, I will tell you guys, when I talked to Christy, Dee Dee's stepmom, Gypsy's stepmom, right after Gypsy got out of prison, when I talked to her, she basically said, well, the reason there's other wounds on Dee Dee's body that didn't make sense was because they had cats in the house. They had 2 cats. I think she said 2 cats in the house, and that Dee Dee's body was in there for some time before it was discovered. And the cats, they believed the cats had scratched Dee Dee. But I'm like, a cat scratch is a lot different than like a poke with a knife. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Lily, allegedly. She went from one prison with her mom to another one and lacks a lot of life experiences and relationships and living as an adult. She's going to make mistakes and bad decisions. She needs therapy and guidance. She's in therapy, and she definitely needs therapy. And I think she really needs to think about what she says. Like, do not hold Ryan to a standard that she could not even keep herself at. Do not expect, like, Ryan has already done 10 times better than you. Of course, even with the smacking of the butt and the little joke. He is like up here, and you're like way down here. you know? But anyways, you guys, I was blown away. I had so much to say. I was like, what? I was like, are we kidding? Yeah, her half sister seems so normal compared to everyone else in the family. Yeah, I do like her. I do like her sister. But you guys leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. I used to follow Gypsy and like try to watch all her live streams, but I got to where I didn't, but maybe I need to again because she don't save them. She doesn't save them. Thankfully, other people get them. So we were able to find these treasures that happened lately where she got upset. But I'm like, Ryan's just having fun. Why are you mad about that? Even if it's a little fun, even if he's having a little fun at your expense, you probably owe him that. Okay? Let him do it. Who cares? And do not use your baby as a shield because that's very manipulative. Your baby's not here yet. Your baby will probably never know that Ryan did these things. You have way more to be concerned about when it comes to your baby and what your baby finds out or what could cause stress on your baby. Way more important things than what Ryan is doing. You guys leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. We have 330 people in here, so if you guys don't mind, hit that thumbs up button on the way out. And I will be back. There is some Janelle news. Janelle did have court, apparently. I've got to read up on it. But before I saw that article, I actually saw another article where her income was released in court documents. And we're going to go over it. So I think we'll do the video about the income tonight. And then tomorrow we'll go over what, I guess she had court. Let me see. Yeah, it seems like they may have had a court date recently, which would explain why she's in North Carolina. But we're going to go over her income because you guys, I get asked all the time, do you know how much she makes? Do you know how much she makes? And I can always kind of figure that it's a lot. I think it's like 2 weeks. We'll talk about it. Give this video a thumbs up. Join me back here in like 30 minutes.